Hi guys, hello classmates, hello Dr. Tier. So this is going to be the video blog 2, the heritage culture video. I think I mentioned in my first video that I am Cuban and I am Chinese, and but because most of my family, well, all of my family speaks more Spanish than anything else, we lean more towards the Cuban traditions and the heritage and everything like that. For example, Noche Buena, which is also known as Christmas Eve, we all get together and we play dominoes and we drink sometimes, and then we also do a cajachina. Now, a cajachina is basically when we roast a giant pig outside the house. It's in a big box. It is delicious and probably one of the best things I've ever had, but it's another story. But we also do tend to go toward the Chinese traditions. For example, we do celebrate the Chinese New Year, and every year when we know whose year it is, for example, I'm the year of the rat, and my little brother is the year of the dog. So depending on whose year it is, they get to pick. Or in my family, what we do is they get to pick what we do for New Year, that Chinese New Year's Eve night. We do get the little envelope with a couple dollars in them, but if it was my year, I could pick where we go eat dinner, or if we go to the movies, or because we're in Orlando, I've chosen that, we go to Disney. So that is a little tradition that my family does have. It's a little bit different, but we still tend to the Chinese as well as the Cuban. So I think that race does and does not affect your culture and your traditions. And what I mean by that is that there are some people that care deeply about their culture. They are embracing it every day. They're very proud of it. I have neighbors that are African American. They came from Africa themselves. Like they brought everything and they came from Africa. And every single day they wear the jewelry. The women, their braids are always beautifully done. And the clothing, the colors it's beautiful, and it's what they wear. So I am always so amazed to see how they dress. It's not just how with my family we do it, maybe a couple times a year for certain occasions. They do it every single day, and I think that is a very big thing. But it doesn't necessarily affect what you do, and what I mean by that is that not everybody does it every day. And my grandma, there are certain things that contribute to your heritage and your culture. Music, for example. I listen to various kinds of music, from Spanish to hip hop to pop to country. I listen to foreign music sometimes. It's a wide variety. My grandmother, who cannot speak English, only listens to Hispanic music. And I don't mean the Spanish hip hop reggaeton. I mean just calm Spanish music, sometimes Spanish opera music, and that's what she listens to. I have an older cousin who speaks a little bit of English and also Chinese and Spanish as well, and he listens to hard rock or classic rock. So for me, I've seen a wide variety of the way our culture defines us. We may listen to different things. We may not watch Spanish soap operas all the time, but we do keep to the heritage in terms of the special events, getting together as a family. Anytime a special event happens, our family is always there together. That is the one thing my family has always passed down. If not everyone is there, it is not a true family gathering. That is one thing that has always been made clear in my family. Now, one of the terms in the book was assimilation. Assimilation you see all the time. It is basically when a minority group comes in to join a majority group and takes in their norms and values. That is what the book says. An example of that would be the Cubans coming in from to the United States. My grandmother, her sister, and my great grandmother, they all came from Cuba on my great uncle's boat. And my grandmother, who used to make all their clothes, used to make all the Spanish food, she came here and couldn't do that. So she started buying their clothes and buying the American food here. So they took on everything. My great grandmother got a job at a grocery store, and she learned to speak English. They come here and they learn the language, and it's just, people don't realize I've heard some people, they come here and they take over. No, not necessarily. They come and they learn to adapt. They adapt to us. We are, well, not me, but us Americans here. They adapt to us. We are the United States citizens. They come and they adapt to what we do. They take on our values. We value, you know, citizenship. That word escaped me. You know, being neighborly. So they come here and they learn that. Half my family have come here from Cuba, or they've come here from China. They come from everywhere. And they're ridiculed for it because people say they're taking over, but they're not, because they're adjusting to us. My great great grandmother, I'm so sorry, my great great aunt, she came and she knew perfect English. The woman lived to be 105 years old, and from what I was always told, she always spoke perfect English, even being born in Cuba. So I mean, it's just there's different ways of looking at it. So this is how I see it. Everyone is different, and culture does affect your view on the arts, like music and things like that. But in all stances, I see that everyone is different. You have families that take on their traditions every single day in everything they do, and you have families that don't. It depends on the household and the importance that they set on the traditions, and the extremity of how deep your dedication is to your culture. So with that, I say thank you, and I cannot wait to see everyone else's response. Thank you.